Hello, I'm Joshua Smith, and welcome to another episode of Captain Cinema's Entertainment Explosion. Today, my special guest is...
I am Carrington Russell.
And today, we're here to talk about our top 3 favorite moments of the live-action Little Mermaid trailer that just premiered during Sunday night's Oscars. So, let's start off with you. What was your number 1 favorite moment?
My number 1 favorite definitely had to be when she saved Prince Eric when he was drowning. I feel like that's my number 1 just because it really, number 1, it gets the movie going.
Yep.
And I also feel like it kind of introduces like that curiosity that Ariel has, you know? She's a teenager, she wants to know more about the world around her, and that's when she really gets her first like big deep dive into it.
Yeah, I will say it was special to see that scene just because it was ripped right out of the animation, like shot by shot. It was perfect. The thing that was different was how action-packed that opening scene was on the ship. Yeah. That was like, it was like toned down in the animation, but in this one it felt like actual, like a threat was going on. And I love that she could carry him without no problem whatsoever.
Oh, because she's a queen.
She is a queen. Come on, Haley Bailey. Let's go. I have to say my favorite moment, and this involves our queen herself. I loved when she comes out of the ocean and sings the iconic Part of Your World. And basically, again, Disney knows what they're doing, ripped right out of the animation. So iconic. You couldn't change it because people would probably be really upset about that. So the fact that they were able to make it beautiful, and her voice when that soundtrack comes out. I'm buying it. I'm buying the physical copy too, just because I want to have it in my Disney collection. But my God, Haley Bailey, what can you say? Disney princess.
Yeah, and I feel like you have to mention it. Her being Ariel and being a woman of color is monumentous, you know? Especially for like all the little girls of color out there, they can finally see someone that represents them. That's such a big thing, especially as a person of color. Like, that's such a huge thing.
I mean, honestly, Disney is righting their own wrong from the animation with this movie because now they're more faithful to the region. I mean, everything about the animated was like Caribbean, okay? But you stick a white girl in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was Disney done right. And this is going to be such a huge hit. So what's your second favorite moment?
My second favorite moment is probably when Ariel is arguing with her dad, because once again, going back to like curiosity, you can see when she first like swims in, she's got all these little trinkets and she sees that she's caught and she drops them. Yeah. So she knows something is wrong, but she doesn't let that satiate her curiosity. She still wants to know more. And you can kind of just see that little bit of like teenage rebellion.
Yeah, well, we've all been there.
Yeah.
I will say Javier Bardem plays King Triton, and my God, I was so worried I was not worried that they cast him. I was worried how he was going to look in the beard and the hair. Great.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
He was amazing.
I was really shocked, and I don't know if you paid attention or not, but the crown is shark teeth.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, because in the animated it was like coral. But in this one, it was shark teeth, and I was like, now
that's a good touch.
They made him like an actual warrior kind of king. Like, he's not, sissy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will say that he's acting the crap out of that. I mean, you could see it. I don't know if he's ever seen The Little Mermaid, and I hope he hasn't, because he's nailing the dad. It's perfect. But he's got like a softer tone to his, like...
Yeah, still that air of like authority, but not like harshness with it.
Yeah, because in the animated, he was much more harsh.
Yeah.
And this one, it's more of like, instead of like, you do what I say, you're under my roof, it's more like, I care for you deeply, I do not want you hurt.
That air of concern.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I will say my second favorite moment was an Ursula scene, but it was something that was subtle, but it's new. When she grabs her with the tentacles, and the tentacles light up. That day glow.
Yeah.
I love that. That's new.
No, it's good editing, it's good effects.
Yes.
Like,
I like the fact that, because I'm a big sucker for neon. I don't know why.
Okay.
I always have been. So whenever she grabs her and her tentacles just light up, and they light her up, it was like, oh, come on now. Now we're playing with fire.
Okay.
I love that. I love the fact that Disney went there with like changing Ursula. And that's not the only thing they changed about Ursula. Instead of having her do the whole bustier like she had, and they gave her like an actual like elegant.
Yeah.
It's almost like a dress, but it flows into tentacles. I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but Melissa McCarthy is going to kill this role.
100%. They couldn't have cast anybody better than Melissa
I agree
McCarthy.
completely. I've loved her since Mike and Molly. And
Yeah.
I'm just a sucker for Melissa McCarthy. I can't help it. So and the fact that she's a fan, to me, you put more love into a character if it's based off something that's already been done before when you're a hardcore fan.
Oh, 100%. You want to do that character justice.
Yep.
You know, you want to do it as well as you can for not only like the character and for yourself, but also for the other fans.
Exactly. I feel like when you please them, you're pleasing yourself, and then everybody's happy. That means there's going to be top-notch performances from everybody in this movie, I feel like, because I feel like actual fans is a part of it. So what is your final favorite moment?
My final favorite also has to deal with Ursula. It's when she is giving Ariel her legs. And I love this movie because of like the curiosity that surrounds it, and you can see like the teenage curiosity and the rebellion and all of these things that a bunch of teenagers experience. You can see that Ariel is literally doing whatever she can to find out more of what she wants to know. Yeah. And it's like, it's got a little bit to do with education and a little bit to do with curiosity, but overall, I think she just embodies Ariel amazingly.
I can't agree more. When she was first cast, I told my mother, because we both said it at the same time, she has Disney eyes. She has the Disney princess eyes. You ever notice that? Like, Disney princesses have these very big, expressive eyes, and she has those eyes in real life. So you just can't help but fall in love with her. So anytime there's any hatred towards this movie, the first thing I think of is, go check yourself. Come on now. Look yourself in the mirror and realize how ignorant you're becoming.
Exactly. Who could have done it better?
Honestly. And the fact that, she is a known actress. If you've seen her show, what is the show she's in?
Ooh, I know what you're talking about.
Is it, no, Youngish. Is Youngish, right?
Grownish.
Grownish. Yes, Grownish. She has a fan base, but this is going to boost her up bigger than what she ever was. And I can't wait to see that. My final favorite moment is we don't hear it, but we see it. We see a glimpse of Under the Sea. It looks like a party. It's a party that I want to go to. I felt the same way about seeing that as the first time seeing Beauty and the Beast Be Our Guest. It just looks like a fun party you want to go to. You want to be involved in that. It's like the biggest show of shows, you know? There's something about those Disney musical numbers that really just, like, it just puts the biggest smile on your face and just a song in your heart. Everybody who sees a Disney movie can relate to those moments. I don't know if you have one of those Disney movie experiences. Like, what would be a movie that Disney did that had one of those like single song moments to where they like boost you up? You're like, oh.
It's funny. Mine is actually The Princess and the Frog. That is such a big one for me.
Love that movie.
I haven't seen it in a hot minute, but it's the scene where he's dancing when he tricked her and she figured it out. That's just, and it's funny because it's like, that's not really like a scene that boosts most people up, but to me it's like she finally realizes, and that's just, that one does it for me.
Disney, if you're listening, we want a live action Princess and the Frog. We deserve it. We want it. The fans want it. Let's have it. So 100%. Now that I've got that out of the way.
Yes.
I just can't speak highly enough of this trailer. This is going to be a massive hit. It comes out towards the middle of May. Everybody will be out of school by that time. It's the beginning of summer. Talk about just a blockbuster.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be the first one in the theater to see it.
Me too. I'm wearing my shirt. I got a shirt for it just to wear for the opening day. Cannot wait. And I have to say that our girl over here, she's a star.
Yes, she is.
She was a star before, but this is going to...
This is going to elevate her so much.
So much. And I'm impressed with the entire cast. He's in Hamilton. I can never remember his name. Diggs.
I've never actually seen Hamilton.
I've never seen Hamilton either. So it's nice to know that I'm not the only one. There's just certain musicals that I've never watched, but everybody tells me I need to watch it. And I love musicals, so that's going to be that's on a list. I will be watching it eventually. I have to now because the voice of one of the characters is the voice of Sebastian.
Okay.
And when we hear Sebastian in the trailer, it's perfect. I love the accent, and he nails it.
Yeah,
That's not even. That's actually like a performance. That's not his actual accent. So I love that he nailed it. I love it when an actor can do that. But anyway, thank you for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
And hopefully we'll see y'all next time. And thank you for tuning in.